April showers bring May flowers, and I bring you guys warm weather fragrance recommendations and a riddle. The riddle goes, a scent that's fresh with hints of white, a sight to behold, a fragrance delight, a gentle scent that's not too much, enough to captivate with a subtle touch. You may be wondering, why this riddle, Yana? This riddle is part of Fragrance Buy's Egg Hunt and Giveaway. So they're running egg hunt on their website where when you solve it, you get 50 entries into their giveaway. And the giveaway is $500 and a fragrance. So I've solved that first riddle for you. The answer to the riddle is Frank Olivier White Touch. This fragrance is actually a really nice cheapie. I was so surprised because I didn't expect it to be good. But lo and behold, it actually is a really pleasant cheapie that I would truly personally wear myself. I just checked on their website and this fragrance runs for 25 Canadian dollars. You'll be hard pressed to find a good, like truly good smelling fragrance for that price point. A lot of the times they either won't last or they kind of smell cheap, like they will smell like the price. I will say this fragrance does not smell like a $25 fragrance. Maybe just like an average designer scent, sure. This is an aquatic floral scent, so we're kicking off our warm weather fragrances, so spring and summer with White Touch from Frank Olivier. This is for people that are shopping on a budget. I do think that this is one of the better ones that you can find these days. This is a water lily and melon type of scent. It is aquatic, it's floral, it's very easy, like just inoffensive, pleasant, but it does have like a certain kind of hook. So if you are into like floral fragrances, this is a nice watery floral. Like if you enjoy Issey Miyake's L'Ode d'Issey, you would like this. It's in that same style. So a really great cheapie for 25 bucks, and it does last. I wore it just the other day and I got a good 4 or 5 hours out of the scent while wearing it on my hand, which I wash constantly. So yeah, performance is definitely there. And of course, this can be found at Fragrance Buy. Everything is linked in the description. Now, jumping into the rest of the fragrances, I want to mention that most of these are newer releases. So I'm really focusing on like bringing you guys new, cool, interesting things. And there are going to be a couple like real favorites in here. I split it into designer and niche because personally I am wearing a lot more niche these days. I'm a lot more interested in it. Just truly myself, along with probably the entire YouTube fragrance community, will vouch for that niche fragrance price points at this stage. You can really get a really good fragrance for the same or even less sometimes than designer fragrances. That's why I think we're all like into niche these days. You dive into a world that you just keep going down a rabbit hole because there are just so many wonders to behold. So here we are. I want to start with one of my recent favorite discoveries, and it is Sakura from Ormond Jane. This is for me the perfect cherry blossom scent. It is very elegant. There's a nice opening bergamot note. There is a very soft, creamy almond in here. It's gorgeous. It smells like you are walking through true cherry blossoms in a garden on a sunny, lovely day. It's creamy. It has that signature Armani Jane touch. If you know that signature touch, they do these very, very elegant creations. They're becoming one of my favorite fragrance houses since I had discovered Levant last year. Oh my goodness, glorious. Like this particular one, I've been wearing tons lately, especially on those nice, warmer, sunnier days. It just smells like happiness. So yeah, this is my first favorite recommendation to you guys for this spring. But after this one, I'm gonna jump into the designer ones because I know a lot of you guys just want to see the designer stuff. So I'll get through that first, but I wanted to bring this to your attention because it is truly my current favorite. So of course, if you know my channel, it is basically a sin not to include a Chanel, and this year it's Chanel Chanson Fraîche. I actually had not added this fragrance to my collection because I wrongfully thought that it was kind of a boring citrus scent, but in fact it is not. It is a beautiful, addictive, lovely citrus. Goodbye to Dolce & Gabbana light blue. For all of you that are still on the light blue train, please introduce yourselves to Chanson Fraîche because this is on a whole new level. This is much more elegant and refined. and you still get this bright, happy, lovely, clean citrus and musk. This is a very easy wearing Chanel. This is not in any way outdated. It doesn't have too much of those classic facets for those of you who are scared of Chanel's for that reason. This one and Chance au Tendre are very youthful and very, very easy wearing for anybody. So just for people who are like writing Chanel off because you think it's an outdated brand, it really isn't. Like, try this on the skin. Do yourselves a favor. I'm telling you, I myself assumed it was a boring lemon scent when I smelled it on paper. It does magic on the skin. There are a lot of interesting notes that come out, beautiful woody notes, teak wood as well, like very, very nuanced and elaborate, little bits of pink pepper, like super classy, elegant, nice, bright citrus fragrance. One of my favorite citrus fragrances. I also find myself really reaching for and craving Armani C, just the original eau de parfum in the springtime weather. This fragrance has a beautiful cassis note. It's like blackcurrant. It really comes through like a very nice soft blackcurrant, the way that it combines with the vanilla and the patchouli in this fragrance. It's also very, very elegant. I think this is one of the best creations from Armani. The most elegant for sure, and I think this makes a perfect signature scent, especially for people who like a little bit of a powdery touch and a little bit of sweetness. It's a very long lasting scent. I personally reach for this more so in the springtime, but I think it could work very well all year round. And YSL Libre Eau de Toilette. The Eau de Toilette I like the best for the springtime specifically because it has an added note of jasmine tea, which gives it a little bit more of a floral facet, a little bit more freshness, and it really shines in the warm weather. This fragrance has really great longevity, just like the rest of the range, so you're not missing out on that just because it's an eau de toilette. But for those of you guys that found the rest of the range, like maybe the original EDP, a little bit too intense or maybe like masculine because of the lavender, this really dials down the lavender and brings the florals forward and just makes it fresher. So I do love this one for the springtime. By the way, if any of these catch your interest and you don't want to blind buy a bottle, but you do want to sample it, you can do that through the scented.ca. It's all linked in the description, along with any promo codes that I have. Now, most of you guys do know what a huge fan of Erin Mediterranean Honeysuckle I am. So you better believe that when Mediterranean Honeysuckle Clementina came out, I jumped right on it and I bought it. And I love it. It is exactly what you think it would be. It is the original Mediterranean honeysuckle with a juicy, bright clementine note. It's lovely. It's a sunny day. It's gorgeous. It's refreshing. It's just a gentle added citrus in here. It doesn't take anything away from the original composition. It just adds a new little twist, and I do really, really like this. I like to mix it up sometimes. You know, I like that scent profile, but if I get a little bit bored of it, I want something similar. This is perfect. I like this one more than last year's release with Mimosa. This one by far I do prefer. Now we'll start segueing into niche, but commodity is like kind of riding that middle line. I absolutely love Commodity Bois for spring. This is a powdery woody scent, mostly sandalwood and cedar and vanilla, but the notes don't really explain the scent. Like, you have to spray this on the skin to really experience it. This is like a really beautiful soft skin scent. Like, the sandalwood is really, really nice in here. I like that gentle, creamy, almost buttery sandalwood. This is very much a white shirt fragrance, a white t-shirt, a white blouse. This is very suitable to that. It's smooth. It has a little bit of a crispness to it as well. It's just perfection. It's perfection for everyday wear. This would be a perfect office scent for anybody who has to, you know, be workplace appropriate with their fragrance. This would be perfect. It is very, very enjoyable. It doesn't project hugely, which I actually really like about the scent, because you do just kind of enjoy it on yourself and anybody that comes in a little bit closer to you. And it is incredibly inoffensive, but still unique. This is from the Archives collection. I wore through my sample so quickly of this fragrance and I immediately needed a full bottle, and I do reach for this one a lot. In a similar style, I also really love Nothing But Sea and Sky from NUIT NOMADE. This is one of my favorite brands that I've been recently introduced to, and I love so many of their fragrances. I highly encourage you guys to grab a discovery set of theirs, because it is really hard to just pick out one or two favorite ones. I constantly circulate through the discovery set and find new favorites. I also really love Fleur fleurs de fleurs for spring and summer. It's like it's a beautiful like floral fragrance, obviously. This Nothing But Sea and Sky is another kind of white shirt fresh scent. It is a milky sandalwood and musk, very comfortable, very light and airy. All of their names are very well suited to the scent itself, and the idea behind the fragrance brand is to basically take you on this journey through fragrances, and they do that very, very successfully. And Nothing But Sea and Sky really represents that. You really kind of picture yourself possibly on a cloudy day, just on a really flat beach, and the water is flat and there's clouds in the sky. That's really the vibe that you get. It is definitely one of my favorite sandalwood fragrances. I will be doing my favorite sandalwood fragrances soon. I know a lot of you guys have been asking to see that, but a quick little spoiler, this one's definitely going to be on there. Now, here's a clean fragrance, and this is a new release from Snif. It's called Golden Ticket. I love a lot of creations from this house as clean fragrances, and this one is a really nice tea scent. This one I go for on a cooler, kind of cloudy, possibly rainy springtime day. It reminds me a little bit of Le Labo Teint Noir, but it's a lot less pungent and intense. This has green tea, it has mate, it has black tea, it has a blend of various teas. They list an incense note, but it's very subtle, so I can't catch it. Vetiver, bergamot, it is like, considering the notes, it is like not that heavy. It is not a heavy scent, but it is more for a cooler day and a cloudier day, and just kind of has this very soothing, mellow vibe about it. I really love tea in fragrances, and I've been wanting to get Teint Noir for a while, and not that this is a dupe at all, but it satisfies the same kind of triggers in my brain that this is like perfect for me. And I do have a code with Snif, so I'll make sure everything's linked in the description. I believe it's the scented 10. But yeah, this one I just keep coming back to and wanting to sniff. If you really want that true green, like really strong brewed tea, this really delivers. Going from like a melancholic dark day to a bright sunny day, I am in love with Carner Barcelona Bobo. Not just because of the name, but I think the name is adorable. Bobo, I'm not really sure the meaning, but it reminds me of the way that my son calls our dog Bernie. He calls him Bobo, and it's so cute. And just like this fragrance makes me smile. It is one of the best citrus fragrances with black currant, orange blossom. It's a very uplifting scent. Like you smell it and you immediately want to smile. Mandarin is the dominant citrus note. If you like mandarin, like clementine, that kind of scent, it's very, very prominent in here. You get a tanginess of blackcurrant, you get a little bit of florals, lily of the valley. All of the beautiful things about spring are in this scent. And this is more of like a really warm, sunny day, borderline into summer. And I will be wearing this loads in the summer as well, because it does smell very thirst quenching. And it's difficult to find a really unique, lovable citrus. A lot of the times they can be quite boring, but this by far is one of the most outstanding citrus fragrances that I've ever smelled. Another citrus fragrance that I love is from JUS Parfums, and this is called Ginger Lease. This is a gingery scent with citruses. There's a little bit of lemongrass, kind of herbaceousness in there as well. There's mint, it's very refreshing. This scent is actually physically uplifting. The ginger and the mint in here, like physically, it feels like they physically lift you up. If you're in a little bit of a slump, you're feeling a little bit down, PMS vibes, whatever, maybe a little bit nauseous, maybe you didn't, whatever it may be, this scent is like a little like recovery elixir. That's what I use it for, is like if I need a little bit of a pick-me-up, I go for the scent. The ginger and the mint combo is lovely. I think the bottle color suits the scent profile perfectly, and I do love this on a warm sunny day. This next one's a really under the radar spring summer fragrance, and I bought this over the winter time, and I've just been like dying to wear it in the summer because this is like pure sunshine, happy vibes. And the fragrance is called Southern Peach Tea, and it's from Coastal Carolina. This is truly a juicy peach scent. Exactly like what you would think when you think of a peach tea. There's also a little bit of fig in here, musk, amber, guaiac wood. Like it's not a boring fruity fragrance. Like don't think of it that way. This is a very complex, really, really well done. unusual and delectable peach scent, the perfect peach. Like if you are looking for the perfect peach scent, this is it, period. Now the next two are for the really bougie, elegant ladies. The first one is a brand new release from Room 1015 and it's called Sonic Flower. This is a beautiful lipsticky iris scent. It has a crispness about it. It is perfect for spring. That crisp spring day, maybe a little bit cloudy outside. Like this very much is a lipsticky vibe and kind of reminds me of Glossier You, but with a lot more iris. Like a strong powdery iris, not overbearing, not sweet, just beautiful. Really, really like perfection if you're looking for just the perfect lipsticky light scent, not heavy. So not like, for example, Eternity Intense. If you've tried that, that's a very buttery iris or a scent. This is a lot more crisp, but still has that little bit of sweetness. So it's not completely dry. It's like just super well balanced. I think this is one of their absolute best releases from Room 1015. For people who love a tuberose note, but you want an elegant tuberose note that's perfect for actual like springtime crisp weather, I would recommend Angelo Crowley Tuberosa Nera. This is my favorite tuberose fragrance at the moment, hands down. And embarrassingly, I did an Instagram post, a reel. I completely forgot to include it. Like, I don't know what happened, but I blanked out and then I looked back at it and I was like, I forgot to include my absolute favorite one. So I'm mentioning it here now. This is not a sweet bubblegummy tuberose. It has sweetness and it has that classic tuberose note that will satisfy people looking for a tuberose note, but it's a lot more refined. There's gardenia in here as well. This is a classy, beautiful, grown-up tuberose, but not mature, not like old school tuberose fragrances. Very modern and not annoying the way that tuberose can be. This also has oak and it has jacaranda, those beautiful purple flowers. I was in Spain once and I came at the season where all of these gorgeous purple trees were blossoming in the south of Spain, and kind of what this fragrance reminds me of is that particular scene. It's glorious and super elegant. I highly recommend this fragrance. It can be found at Fragrapedia House. I will make sure everything's linked down below. They do have a promo code at this time and it's Luxury 2023 and that'll give you 10% off. Outstanding tuberose. It's a long one. I have a lot of favorite summertime fragrances that I've been itching to wear this year. So yeah, I'm like not doing a top 10 by any means. There were just too many really good ones. I get so done with winter that by the time that summer rolls around, I'm like, oh, I can wear this and I can wear this and it's sunshine and we're happy again. So yeah, there's a lot of good scents here that are just like for every facet of springtime. And this next one is from Mizensir and this is called Chere. This is a really beautiful vanilla aquatic fragrance that has mineral sea notes in here. It's airy, it's light, but it's like, it's always there. The way that I describe it is like this like beautiful precious moment that you want to grab onto, but it's just kind of slinky and slipping away from you that you just want to grab it and hold on to it. It's like that. It's delicious and it's light and it's airy. This would be the perfect signature scent through all of springtime if you're looking for like just one really elegant, classy, delicious scent that everyone will compliment you on. I would absolutely recommend this. It's quite unusual with that vanilla and sea notes combo, and that's what I really love about it. There's also an orange blossom note that is quite subtle. It's not a sweet, heavy orange blossom at all. Everything in this fragrance is really well blended. And it's just super easy wearing. And finally, last but not least, Madurai from Memo Paris. I love this one as a jasmine scent. This is jasmine and spices that come through aquatic. Like it's very exotic smelling, but there's facets in here that are like familiar and nostalgic at the same time. I just want to keep sniffing it and sniffing it. This fragrance though, if you spray too much, it will get annoying. Like, to be perfectly transparent, you can't have too much of this. This is like the opposite of Très Cher, where it's like the subtle one that you want to grab onto. This is a lot more present and it's very cool. It's very interesting, but you will do the most for yourself with just 2 sprays. Less is more with this one for sure. but I do love it. And the scent is a really unusual, beautiful, aquatic jasmine scent. So those are all of my top spring fragrances for 2023. I would love to hear what some of your favorites are that you're gonna be reaching for now that the warm weather is here. And don't forget to check out Fragrance Buy's Easter egg hunt giveaway. Good luck, and I hope one of you guys win. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.